Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen, coming at you today with another LEGO haul video. I'm excited for this one. I've been getting a lot of stuff recently, so I'm gonna switch the camera around. Actually, maybe not. I like the way my face looks better this way. I have a good side of my face and a bad side, so this is my good side. Anyways, after work today, I saw there was some Walmart clearance, and I know there's always Walmart clearance in the summer. Basically, I wanted to get more of those. I saw someone was getting, excuse me, ATTs for $60. Oh, that's $140 set plus tax. You can normally find it on sale for like $112 though. Anyways, I went looking for those. I went to 3 Walmarts, found none. None of them were even selling ATTEs, which was weird. The first Walmart, I had no luck. Now I checked their stock. They had 8 of these in stock. They just weren't. They said basically, they told me they weren't going to go back and get them for me. So yeah, that sucked. They was like, yeah, I have them, but if they're not on the floor, that means we don't have them. That's not true at all. I know how that works. I've worked retail like for 2.5 years. That manager's been rude to me before, and it was the same manager. So he just didn't want to get them for me because I think he remembers me because he had a issue with me before and I wasn't being rude at all. Maybe that's the story for another day. But anyways, he was very rude, and he didn't get someone to go to the back to get the sets for him. I said, I'll buy all 8 of them. And he's like, no, pretty much is what he said without saying it. But anyways, so no luck at the first one. And then I went to the second one, and that's when I was like, okay, this trip has been worth it maybe. I did a lot of driving, went to 3 different Walmarts. So second one we found some, oh, I accidentally just flipped the camera off. I meant to do like this or something like that. So like second Walmart, I really try to normally buy Star Wars, but I was like, I'm selling more recently, and I'm trying to get maybe some variety, I don't know, but mainly I want to stick to my Star Wars niche. But I saw these Dune sets. Now, I don't know much about Dune. I'm not really a big fan of Dune. I saw the first movie. I thought it was kind of boring. For $99. And I was like, let's check it out. Retail on these is $165. So that's 60, execute order $66 off on these a piece. Not too bad. We'll see how they do. I mean, I think when Dune Part 3 comes out, that might be a good set. But man, guys, I'm kind of thirsty. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to get some pop to wash that down. Alright. Anyways, so we got some of those. They had 3 of them. I bought all 3. They said they had 5, but I didn't see them. But I'm happy with 3. I think they had 8 of the Dual and Pretty sets for $31.50 a piece. I'd like to, wait, no, 31? No, I think it was $33.50 each on those. So that's like a $21.50 discount, which is not terrible. But also, I'd like to be under $30 and buying these when I get these, but I don't have sometimes even it's like you make some money, you make no money. That's the perspective I'm having with it. So we'll make not as much money, but getting these many in quantities, I think that's good. Maybe I can do some lots but these guys are cheaper now since they came in that stupid battle pack, which I don't even think it's that good of a battle pack. I'll maybe make a video later about how much that battle pack frustrates me actually. But we got 3 of those and 8 of Dual and Prettyas at the second Walmart. So that ended up being like at the second Walmart. First Walmart we spent $0.00. The second Walmart, the total came to subtotal $565, and then taxes was $49.44, bringing it to a grand total of $614.44. Yikes. So yeah. And then the second Walmart found these Batman sets. I was like, Batman sets really don't sell. but they were almost half off. It's a $60 set, and they were selling it for $36. So after taxes, it was like $38. Put them up for $55. Just let them sit there till they sell. Another thing where I was like, rather make some money or make no money. We'll make some money with those. Not a lot. Make some money or make no money. You know, after fees, probably be lucky to do $15 a piece on those. But I'm gonna part out a lot of these, and then I'm gonna put some of them keep sealed here, and then some of them keep sealed at the second location I have. And the third Walmart we went to, I saw an old coworker, which was cool. Shout out Gina. We spent $378.50 for the sets. Tax was $31.23. I hate taxes, guys. Bring it to a grand total of $409.72. So let's do some more math here and see how much money we spent in total. We'll do some live math for you guys real quick, all right? So let's see. 409. Whoops. 0.73 plus 614.44 brings us to a grand total of $1,024.17 spent on all of these sets. That's a lot of money. I would have liked to be around $700-800 for sets, these kind of sets, but I mean, still we'll make a little bit of money, but not as much as I'd like to. I would have really liked to get these closer to $28 to $31 on the Dual and Protea sets. Now let's count the retail value, though. All right, this is not going to include taxes, obviously. So we got 165 times 3. It's $495 plus 60 times 4, 120, 120, 240. 240. It's going to put us at $735. So that's for the Dune sets and the Batman sets. Then we'll take into account the Star Wars Dual and Protea Ahsoka sets, which is honestly, I really love the Dual and Protea set. I think if they gave Ezra pupils, and maybe Thrawn pupils too, but I'm not too worried about that. But if Ezra got pupils, and then that one Night Trooper was a Captain Enoch, and they gave him a nice mold, and saved him to be exclusive in the battle pack, then it would have been such a better set. And it would have made the battle pack better by association. And how weird is it that the battle pack released a year after this set released? So anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're trying to talk numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So plus 15 times 55. Now keep in mind it's like $54.99. I'm not accounting. I'm adding 1 cent each. So just to make it a round number, equals. So total retail value is $1,560, and we paid $1,024.17. So minus $1,024 means of retail value that I have here that I didn't pay for, we saved $536 on all of this. So let's say everything sells for retail value, right? After whatnot fees, round that up to 14%. So we'll times 536 by 0.86 times 0.86. We will profit. Estimated profit is going to be $460.96. So estimated profit, $450 to $500. I say that because I'm probably gonna the Dune sets are probably gonna retire, and then Dune 3 comes out. I'm assuming that'll do well. I don't know. The Dune sets and the Batman sets. I'm doing a little experimenting with some different themes. We'll see. Star Wars is what I'm good at. Now I would have liked to pay a little less for the Dual Impertia, but yeah. And shout out to the guy at the third store that helped me. He said there was 6 in the back. He went and he found three more for me, so I got 7 from that store. So shout out to him. He was awesome. Brought us to 15. So I got 7 from the third store, 8 from the second store. Anyways. I'm going to part out some of the... And honestly, at this point, like, as long as I'm not losing money on this stuff, I'm trying to just build my following more and whatnot. Maybe get some more subscribers on here. Posting on Instagram. So I'm trying to, like, get myself out there more with this stuff. Out there. Get out there. Pretty much. So I finally hit over 1,000 followers and whatnot. I'm actually at 1.1 right now. I hit 1.1 a couple only like 2 or 3 days after I hit 1,000, which was super cool. So that was awesome. And then basically, as long as I'm not losing money right now and I'm building my following, I'm happy. As long as we're not losing money, I'm happy, because I'm just trying, because the money will come, and it's came, and I know how to do it. Like, I know what I'm doing, but like I might put a lot of these figs up for dollar starts just to make my customers happy, have them come in more, like give me follows on YouTube and Instagram and comments, like more interactions, more like stuff. So pretty much, I'll sit on half of the Dual Impertias for a while. I'll see what happens with the Dune and Batman sets. I already have one of those Batman sets, so I have 5 of them now. But it was a good purchase. I would have liked to be around the $800 range for everything, but still, that would have been closer to half price. Half price would have been like $775-ish. I don't know, $750. But anyways, I'm happy. I was really bummed that I couldn't find any ATTEs out, because that was my main objective. I was like, well, I'll pick up some of the Dual Impertia sets. And I have a bad habit of when I go to a store and the set's on sale, kind of like I did with the Moff Gideon sets, which I parted out a ton of them. These are just the parts for them, but I buy them all. And that's what I tried to do. I did that at the second Walmart, third Walmart. There was 3 I didn't get because he just was busy and didn't have time to find them. I appreciated him nonetheless. And I also kind of felt bad when I was walking out, because I saw him walking out, like walking back into the store while I was walking out. I said, hey man, appreciate you, thank you, and I gave him a fist bump. I didn't know he was disabled, and his hand was like, in no way am I making fun of him, I'm just explaining the story. He was a great guy, and I loved him so much. He was awesome. He was super big help. And his hand was like deformed, and I was like, oh. But he kind of just like did one of these. Yeah, man. So that was cool. But yeah, I probably would have, if I saw his hand was weird looking or something like that, or like, I don't want to say weird looking, but if I saw his hand was like not usual, I probably would have just said, hey, have a great day, and not give him, not went in for the fist bump. But how would I have known? So anyways, go follow my whatnot, my Instagram, subscribe. Hoping we'll probably get to 100 followers by the end of the month, I'm hoping. Yeah, make sure to drink water and stay healthy. I really love water. I ate an entire frozen pizza myself today. I went to after I was done with all this, I was so hungry. I went to like a local pub and ate by myself. It was actually kind of sad. Everyone else there was laughing, having a good time. I was sitting at a table all by myself. And I thought it was going to be like a nice pizza, like a nice personal pizza, because it was like $12. And I was sitting like right by in the kitchen, and I saw they pulled out frozen pizza. I'm like, oh, now I gotta sit here and eat a frozen pizza all by myself. It wasn't that bad, and I ate the whole thing. at piece like 5.5, I was ready to clock out, and I could have. But after I finished piece 7, I was like, I can't back down now. So I just did it. I ate it all. Now, and then I went for a walk around by myself around the park. I spent a lot of time by myself, I realized. Like, I have some friends, I think, but I don't think, like, we don't hang out as much. I don't have a lot of people I hang out with. But anyways, which I would like to, but it's just hard when you're 21, I guess. I don't know. Side topic, but I was kind of gassy on that walk, man, because I had so much cheese, and I mean, it was good. I liked it, but and I left, a tip because they if and I paid in cash. Pay in cash because they didn't charge taxes if you paid in cash. It was just straight what it was. So that was nice. And I gave her like 25% tip. So I rounded up to like $15. So yeah, I watched baseball because my phone died, which kind of sucked. And I felt like I was eavesdropping on everyone's conversations because I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I think people watching is fun sometimes, but also I kind of feel like a stalker. I don't know. But, yeah, guys, have a good one. If you're looking for any Ahsoka Tano's, Ezra Bridgers, Morgan Elsbeths, Grand Admiral Thrawns, or Night Troopers, send me a message on Whatnot. And I'll take care of you, bro. Bye.